Okay, so here we have an EP by German symphonic metal band Epica. I am so happy. As I said in my last video, I am a sucker for symphonic metal. There are very few genres of metal that I like more than symphonic metal. And Epica have just come out with a brand new EP consisting of songs taken from the Japanese anime Attack on Titan. Now, I was skeptical at first, I'll admit, I was skeptical. But after listening to Epica's last few releases, these guys are on a roll. I was getting kind of nervous coming up to the release of this, because I knew it was in Japan at first, and I did hear it back when it was released in Japan, but now that it's given a worldwide review, and I've only just started this channel, I figure there's a good opportunity to talk about it. So I want to talk about this kind of strange phenomenon that happens when a band cover another song. Anything you want to say about it, be it positive or negative, anything you want to say about it that may be negative gets put to one side and gets blamed on the song. A lot of the time, die-hard fans of the band will say, if you don't like it, it's not the band's fault, that's just a particularly not amazing song. So I was kind of nervous that might happen coming up to this one. I haven't seen Attack on Titan, I haven't watched a single episode of it, but I am a big fan of Epica. So what happened when they released this? Thankfully, there is nothing to be scared of. Epica have, what's the technical term, fucking smashed it. Now I'm gonna preface this by saying you don't need to have watched Attack on Titan to appreciate this EP. If you are a fan of Attack on Titan, but maybe not Epica as a band, then this should be a treat for you. Hearing songs from the anime done in a very powerful symphonic metal style. And fans of Epica and Attack on Titan, today's your lucky day! So being an EP, it's really only 4 songs. It's 8 tracks long, but the second 4 tracks are instrumental versions of the first 4. So I'm calling this a 4-song EP. Fuck you. Okay, so as I said, being an EP, there's not really a lot to say about this. Likewise, there's not really a lot to fault with it. I mean, track 1, Crimson Bow and Arrow, it's an excellent thesis statement on the rest of the EP. It really tells you what you're going to get. The band have translated what is originally a triumphant call to battle, sung in Japanese and parts are narrated in German. They've translated it into this symphonic metal war cry in English. There are a lot of people, particularly anime fans, who wouldn't be very happy with the translation into English. I imagine this may be the lead singer Simone Simons' inability to speak Japanese. I actually don't know if she can speak Japanese or not, but it's a safe assumption. But this first track, Crimson Bow and Arrow, which I believe is the opening theme to the first season, is definitely the strongest track on the EP. It is a lot stronger, it's a lot catchier than the rest of the EP, so it's putting its best foot forward. There's this really cool back and forth between the guitar solo and the synth, which is amazing. I was a bit nervous at first when the synthy keyboard kicked in, but thankfully it had the good grace to know when to take its leave. The harsh vocals kick in and fit into the song so perfectly, I find myself wanting more of them. Epica are definitely bringing a lot of heaviness to these tracks, which was missing in the original source material. I listened to them, they are definitely lacking a certain heaviness, but what's amazing is Epica have recorded versions of these songs that sound like they are originals. Okay, so let me explain what I mean by that. These heavy, harsh vocalized, symphonically sung, orchestrally sung ballads, for want of a better word, sound like they should have always been like this. Now, I said I wanted more of the harsh vocals after I heard them in track 1. Well, track 2 delivers beautifully. Track 2 is Wings of Freedom, and this is definitely a very regal, triumphant little tune, and is very good. Maybe not as strong as track 1, but towards the end of it, there's this wonderful reminder of the melody from Crimson Bow and Arrow, and it is this wonderful emotional callback to the first song, and you can't help but feel it, which, sad to say, actually disappoints me, because I think a moment like this, calling back to the first song, would have been better suited at the end of the EP. Maybe I think it would have been better to set this melody up, the chorus, so to speak, I think it's the chorus of the first song, have us go through the trials and tribulations of the rest of the EP, only to end up on the final song towards the end of this run and have us be reminded of the chorus of that first song again. I think it would have been much nicer. I think it would have been I think the moment would have been more effective. So one of the reasons I was a little bit wary coming up to the release of this was it's a very well established, highly respected heavy metal band covering someone else's material. Forget that it's Japanese anime songs, but there's definitely going to be this tiptoeing of a fine line between being faithful to the source material and making it your own, which I don't believe a band should have to tiptoe. I firmly believe that if you're going to cover something, cover it, make it yours, fuck everyone else. So I was very afraid that Epica were going to try and stay too true to the original source material. Thankfully they didn't give a fuck and just recorded what is essentially an Epica EP. It just so happens that these songs were written by someone else. Now, while Epica have gone out of their way to really make this their own with the solos and the harsh vocals, I find myself wanting more of that. Maybe I'm a greedy bollocks, I don't know. But if you had told me that these were original Epica songs, I would have firmly believed you if it wasn't for the kind of hammy, cliched anime style lyrics. Which reminds me, one more thing. These lyrics are all translated from Japanese and German into English. That sounds simple enough. It's not. These are songs written specifically for the Japanese language. Forget the German part, it's spoken narration. We don't give a shit about that. So these songs were written specifically for Japanese meter and rhyme in how the language is spoken. It wasn't written for English, and yet these lyrics sound like they're the original lyrics. All in all, I am incredibly impressed with this EP. It has made me want to go and watch Attack on Titan, so I'm throwing it onto the list, along with every other fucking anime everyone is talking about these days. I really need to watch more anime. So that has been my review of Epica versus Attack on Titan. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe, or don't. I'm not your mother, and even if I was, you shouldn't always do what your mother tells you. To give it a score, it's an EP, so I'm scoring it out of 5 instead of 10. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. For a 5 out of 5, I think I'd want it to be original material, but I think Epica have well and truly gone above and beyond. They've done their absolute best with the material, and they have made the best possible EP I think they could have. So yeah, power to them. 4 out of 5. Hell yeah.